In this video, I talked to Shane Oglow, the president of PRReach, the company which helps Amazon sellers to create press releases and also video press releases. And this helps to rank your products on Amazon much higher when it's combined with other external traffic strategies. So watch this video, and if you would like to get notification about similar videos in the future, make sure that you subscribe below and click the notification bell. Hello, Shane. Could you please introduce yourself and tell us how PRReach helps Amazon sellers?
Hey, Augustus. Yeah, PRReach it's a press release distribution company. So we distribute press releases. We also write them, and we have a very specific style. We spent a lot of the years playing around with press releases to understand how to get the most out of them. But we're also the world's first video press release company. So we also create video press releases as well as the typical standard traditional written press release. And we, over the years, because we're also Amazon sellers for many years, over the years, we've gotten some interesting results. Sometimes no results, nothing would happen. Other times it'd be, we couldn't figure out what was going on. The only factor left was the press releases were there. So we spent a lot of time optimizing and testing and figuring out, well, why sometimes the press releases shoot us up in the rankings of Amazon, never mind Google, which we're more traditionally used for. Why is that happening? And it took us a while to dial that in. We finally figured it out. And now, we manage a lot of brands on Amazon as well. We never do a launch without press releases, assisting the upward mobility of the keyword rankings plus the stickiness, and that's the big factor is you can pin your keywords to the top with press releases, along with some other things that we can talk about later. But yeah, in a nutshell, that's sort of what we are, a press release distribution company.
Yeah, so basically you're helping Amazon sellers to publish press releases. For me, it's still hard to understand how is it related, how press release can be related to Amazon business. So maybe let's start with definition of press release. What does it mean in the world of the press and media, and how does it work when you start publishing your press releases about something? And so, could you give us a little bit of background?
Sure. Well, everybody kind of has an idea what a press release is. They open the newspaper and they see, information. But a press release is really just a very short, it's 350 to 750 words, ideally, little bit of concise information about something that's going on with the business. Whether you started a new product line, you hired someone, you moved location, whatever. It can be about anything. What happens is this press release, this information about your company, then goes out to a distribution network. And we have a very large network. So you're going to show up on, ABC channels, NBC, maybe the Washington Post, LA Times. All these big channels where you'll be published. And that's the idea. And what the real power with press releases is when you get this, and if you publish a press release with us, for example, PRReach, we'll give you a distribution report at the end of it. So you'll get a report, maybe there's 400 different places on there that picked up your press release. Well, that's cool. And you can take a look at them all. But these are all super high authority backlinks. And because we have a very special system for creating press releases, we do keyword research just like we do for an Amazon listing. Well, it's a little bit different, but the same idea. We optimize press releases like nobody else does, and we also do intelligent linking. So let's say you want to, maybe you want to push your Amazon product. Maybe you've got a Shopify store. Maybe you're a bakery down the road. It depends what type of business you are. We'll adjust the links accordingly. But those links are giving power to wherever you're sending them to because they're high authority backlinks. And that's, in a nutshell, what a press release is giving you. Now, let's say you're a bakery or a restaurant or a dentist or something, and you're in, Santa Fe, New Mexico, or you're Los Angeles, California. Santa Fe's in New Mexico, isn't it? I hope so. Anyways, but if you're in a physical location, we can also geo-target your location. So you want to show up in local search results if you have a restaurant, if someone's looking for for Italian food and you have an Italian restaurant, that's cool. You want to show up at the top of search results. So we do that too. But we designed a system specifically for Amazon product launches and maintenance. And that system, basically, it uses press releases and ideally other content that you're also tying together with press related content. And it drives all these links and some amount of traffic to your Amazon listing in conjunction with high quality keyword traffic. Now, some people might be Facebook ads experts, or they're super awesome. Instead, you have messenger bots. You can drive super awesome traffic to your listing and get a lot of sales during that launch period. But not everybody's in that position where they can do that, or they're very good at it. They might have hit and miss results. So we typically tend to use, full price rebates, which is, a pretty common and well-known technique right now. It's working right now. When we pair that and we time it and we have the keywords coordinated with the external traffic and the press releases, that's when the magic happens. It's absolutely, it'll shoot you up the rankings a lot faster. We're obviously targeting specific keywords, and we have a keyword system we use to start with the long tails. But the neat thing here, and I don't want to ramble on too far about this, is that, let's say you're driving Facebook ads or you've got Google ads going on or something, and you're focusing on, let's say, 6 long tail keywords. All those long tail keywords contain a seed keyword. Great. You might push all those long tails up pretty well. Maybe up the top of page 1, great. But the seed keyword sometimes doesn't budge much. Sometimes it'll have a little bump, but the seed keyword doesn't rocket to the top. That's the difference with press releases. We often find that we target those long tails, boom, we shoot them up. Usually it's not a problem to get them up quite well. But we find the seed keyword has a lot of movement, sometimes way more than we'd expect. And that's one of the other kind of the magical areas of press releases, in getting your keyword rankings up and then sticking. And once your keyword rankings are up at the top of page 1, bouncing around up there, that's great. That's one just every now and then we're hitting with a press release, or maybe 1, 2, or 3 full price rebates, once or twice a month maybe, just depending on the volume of that particular keyword. And that's our system. And then we just rinse and repeat. Then 2-3 months later, we launch a new set of seed keywords in our long tails, and bam, bam, bam. Some of our products have 30 to 40 Amazon's Choice badges. And we're not using any URLs to get those badges. No black hat stuff, just the consistent use of press releases combined with that high quality external traffic. And, obviously if you can release a, blog article, for example, at the same time regularly that's related to your press release, it's also linked together, so much the better, because then Google's going to love you too. But that in a nutshell is what we do and what we offer for Amazon sellers. So
is it, when you talk about ranking of the keyword, you're talking about Google ranking, right?
No, I'm talking about Amazon ranking.
Amazon. Okay.
Yeah. Which is where everybody goes, what are you talking about? Because Google, we're trying to rank on Google too, to some degree. But Amazon is where we can see immediate effects when we pair it with a high quality external traffic launch strategy. So you're pairing them together. And here's the interesting thing. So let's say you're using a piece of software, your favorite piece of software, that you're going after a particular keyword, and it says you need to move 500 units over an 8 or a 10-day period to take over the number 1 spot with the keyword. Okay, great. We find that when we combine it with press releases, we use about 30% of that. So we save big bucks on launches by using press releases at the same time. So not only is that awesome, but you got to think about the other benefits, like sort of more the traditional benefits of press releases. You're getting national exposure. Where else are you going to do that? For a couple $100, whatever you're paying for the press release, where are you going to get published in hundreds of these high authority places across the nation? The other thing is you control the story. So your press release is written in your own words. It's not some blogger who found your product talking about you and maybe positive, maybe negative. It's all in your own words. So you get instant exposure overnight. You rank it in sticking keywords, which is awesome. You do get some amount of traffic. And that's the interesting thing here. I just want to talk about that for a second. So people think, okay, I'm going to do a press release, and it could be exposed to millions of people. Yep. So I can expect a flood of traffic overnight. No, not really. That can happen. Depending on your topic, if you've tied into a trending topic, yeah, you might get picked up and people start, journalists or bloggers will start writing about it. They'll see your press release. Sure, it can happen. But normal course of business, that's not what happens. And press releases aren't really made to be read. They're primarily there for the high authority backlinks. You do get some amount of traffic from them, and that's kind of a bonus. So you do get some of that traffic. You can geo-target, as I mentioned. If you're in a specific location, you have a bakery, we can help you show up in search results for local people. And you're really building that trust with Google because you are publishing. Google loves educational, high-quality content. And that's what you're giving them. You're giving them clear, concise educational content. And when you're linking that to your Amazon page, you're linking it to a blog, you're linking it to maybe a YouTube video you made, or if you get a video press release made, you got that video press release on your social media, on your YouTube, whatever. It just provides a lot of authority. So your blogs will start to rank a lot better as well. And at the end of the day, you just can't get the bang for your marketing dollar. You just where else you can get that for $200-300 to get that type of international or national exposure.
Mm-hmm. So the links you are putting in the press release are also going to Amazon product listing directly, right?
Yeah. So here's another little tip too: is most press releases companies will allow you to put 3 links into a press release. We generally recommend not using 3 links. Every now and then we will. So if you're doing an Amazon launch campaign, you'll definitely want one of your links to go to your product page. And that's the whole point. You're driving some traffic to Amazon. There's all kinds of links out there, super URLs and 2 steps, and they come and they go every 6 months, with different ones. You can try any ones you want. We don't recommend any ones. You can just use a plain old, just any basic URL you want. You can experiment with super URLs. You can also go to your storefront page. You can also cross-promote a similar product or maybe a product variation. Yeah, you have one link going to your Amazon page. Never, ever, ever repeat that link. Sometimes I'll see someone submit a press release and they'll have 2 or 3 links there. They're all the exact same, going to the same place. Don't do that. You don't need it. You just need the one link. In fact, putting 3 links of the same will probably hurt it more than anything else because it looks spammy. And if you do have a piece of content that you've written to go along with your press release, fantastic. Put that second link in there, go into your blog, or maybe you post it on your social media, wherever. You just want to have diversity. You don't want to show the same pattern. And one really, really interesting thing that happened was we actually did some tests where we were, hammering on press releases with 3 full links, which we normally don't do because we want to see the effects. And then we did a press release with no links at all. And the press release with no link at all did better than most of the ones with 3 links, which doesn't really make a lot of sense intuitively, but it did. And it just goes to show, if you're just hammering on this e-commerce site, that Google's algorithm is smarter than us. It's going to pick up on that. It's going to see what you're doing. So we always mix those links up. But yes, on a campaign, let's say you're going to do 8 press releases over 2 months, for example. Maybe 1 or 2 of those 8 we'd have no links in. Some would have 1 link. Some we had 2 links. Maybe 1 would have 3 links. We just mix it up, and that's really important. So whether you use us or another service, make sure you're not just using all 3 of those links every time, and just keep them rotated different. And that goes for the anchor text as well. Don't just, if you're selling, black computer mouse, don't have your anchor text black computer mouse every single press release. It looks unnatural, and it's going to get picked up. Obviously not going to do as well. Natural.
So can you explain how does this help with the ranking on Amazon? For example, I'm selling Orange Clock, and I create a press release with a keyword creative watches or clocks for bedroom. And then I have a link to this Orange Clock, my product. So how does now Amazon can rank my product for creative bedroom clocks keyword?
All right. So what we do is sit down and say, okay, we're going to do some keyword research. What's your seed keyword? Is it orange clock? Is it bedroom clock? Is it, whatever? We'll figure that out. And then we'll find all the long tails we want to target, maybe 6 or 8 or 10, who knows how many there are. We'll just target all those long tails. Some of those long tails, some of them might have 50 searches a month, some might have 500, some might have 2,500, who knows? They'll be all over the map. We should be able to rank those. The key is your title, your keyword title is concise, and it contains your seed keyword. Okay, so just like with your Amazon listing, your title has to be well crafted. A nice summary, have your proper links in there. But then your external campaigns, so let's say you're using rebates like we do, you hit it with the rebates at the exact same time you release the press releases. And the rebates are using the exact same keywords, long tail keywords. That's where you get the Amazon ranking. And that's where we see, so, we do experiments all the time where we just hit it with press releases, nothing else. Sometimes we'll get the long tails to move quite well. Seed keywords, not so much. There's just not enough juice in it. When we hit it just with rebates, we know what to expect. We've done launches hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. So, we can get our launch to go up. Well, let's say we're using 30% of the recommended number of units. The launch will have whatever degree of effective it's going to have. It's probably not going to be as effective as we want it to be. As soon as we add press releases into the mix, straight up, it goes up and then it sticks. That's the nice thing. So, and then when you see it start to trend down, bam, hit it with another press release or two, a few, and I mean a few full price rebates usually, sometimes one, sometimes three. If you're going for a super heavyweight keyword, I don't know, maybe you need 10 over, a 2 or 3 day period. But all you need is just to keep bumping it up. And you just look at the chart and just bump. So some campaigns, obviously we're looking at keywords, maybe once a month, maybe once every 2 months we have to give it a bump. Other ones, a little heavier keywords, a little more volume, maybe we have to bump it once every 2 weeks. It just depends, and you won't know until you launch and you see what the action is with the keyword.
So, but your company cannot guarantee a certain number of publications. So basically you present this article or video press release to, let's say, 400 media services, and it's up to them to choose those articles.
Yeah. So basically when you publish any kind of a press release, if it's a poorly done press release, it's like Augustus announces a new background for his videos because the old one was just too dark and people complained. Are you going to get a lot of pickup for that video? No, but Augustus announces a new event coming up in Poland. That's interesting. That's news, So that's the thing is the format and the structure of the press release is very important to get it past the editors. But if you have us write it, you're pretty much guaranteed to get past the editors because that's what our people do. We train them to make it our special in our way, in our format. But yes, you have to have a newsworthy article. Now, if you're publishing 4 press releases every month for a year, sometimes you're like, hold on, what are we going to talk about this time? You don't always have the most amazing things happening every week, right? So you have to get a bit creative. And some of those might not get quite as much pickups. It might only get 320 pickups versus the other ones, which might have got 480 or 500 and something pickups. And that's okay. That happens. What you want to do whenever you can, though, is tie in your product to any popular or trending events. So anytime you can do that, that's fantastic. And it's so easy to do. It sounds hard, but it's simple. The other day, I was talking to someone and I said, okay, take any event coming up. They're like, okay, how about the Super Bowl? Okay, here you go. Super Bowl coming up. It's on TV. It's in the newspapers. It's radio. It's everywhere. Super Bowl. Everybody's crazy. Football crazy. Like, who's going to be on the halftime show? Who's this? Who's that? Let's say you sell sports equipment. One of your products is, mouth guards for kids. Where kids run around when they're playing hockey or football or soccer, whatever. You can do a press release talking about, reduce, the number of concussion-related injuries can be significantly reduced by using a mouth guard as a child or something. It says industry expert. Really, that's all you need to do. And if you use the words, if you use the word Super Bowl in there, so Super Bowl player injuries, could be reduced. Obviously, I'm just making stuff up right now, but you just craft your title based on a theme of whatever's going on. So if you've got sports equipment, Super Bowl's coming up, find a way to tie it together. And what the article is going to talk about is going to talk about how your mouth guards help keep kids safe and prevent concussions. And you can show some statistics on how if you get a concussion at an early age, it's easier to get it when you're older and stuff like that. And it's just that simple to do. And you can look in the beauty category. You can look in any category and find things you can relate your product to. Kids' games. Another example was, I don't know if here in Europe, if people know much about it, but in the United States, there's this big college admissions scandal, where people were paying off these colleges to get their kids in the best schools and stuff. I mean, that's an easy one to do. If you sell children's educational games or toys, you just talk about how important it is. College admissions scandal highlights the importance of early childhood education. I mean, you can find almost anything to talk about, and you can just go to Google News, just see what's trending that day, see what's coming up, and find something that you can relate to your product. So that's a neat little tip. And as soon as you get people doing that, another big reason to put out press releases is you want to get noticed. You got journalists, and they're monitoring press releases. They're monitoring Twitter. They're monitoring Help a Reporter out, Herald. They're monitoring Associated Press, all these different feeds, looking for things to talk about and write about. Same with bloggers too. A lot of bloggers are really prolific, and they're looking for information to talk about. If you publish a press release and it's got that title that just captures you, it's on a trending topic, and they come over and they see you're doing something interesting with your product or your business or your charity or whatever you've got going on, I don't know, if they start writing about you, that's when you explode. You can just go viral. Get someone from the Washington Post who decides to write an article about you.
Cool. So yeah, let's talk about your service. Do you provide also help for Amazon sellers in Europe?
Yeah, well, we do. I mean, most sellers in Europe, certainly that I know, also sell in the United States. So we help them, and a lot of people in Europe, English isn't maybe their strongest language. So we definitely help them writing press releases, and writing press releases is a big part of our business. So absolutely, we do that. Right now, we don't have an established European distribution network. So if you're just selling in Germany, we can't help you out right now. Although we're putting that together right now, and I expect within a few weeks we'll probably be ready to rock and roll. But as it is right now, I would say, even though we do get picked up in the UK and places like that from time to time, for the most part, it's just North America.
Mm-hmm. Great. Or even probably maybe for UK product, if it's in English, can be useful for US market as well. Maybe, I don't know, if they are selling maybe on US and UK market.
Yeah, I don't know too many sellers who only sell exclusively in Europe. I mean, there are there, and I do chat with them from time to time, but most people are in both markets or looking to break into the US market. Maybe they started in Germany or the UK because that's where they live. It was easier, it makes sense, but they're looking to make a move into the .com side. And that's where we can help them really break into that market, establish authority, because that's what press releases are doing. So when you get a press release made or a video made of your press release, you've got credibility now. No fly-by-night company from some guy in China who's just throwing up an account and gets taken down tomorrow, he doesn't care, is going to do press releases. So you're posting that in your social media. You can have a media room on your web page. You can really use that. You can use it as part of your in a newsletter or in other marketing or advertising. You can point to these press releases to give your brand authority, so you can become more trusted. And people think they're just a ripoff, here today, gone tomorrow type of thing.
Mm-hmm. And what is the timeline if the people would like to use your service? How much in advance they should plan everything?
Well, I mean, if you just want to do press releases, it depends on your goals. If you just want to build authority and start getting your name out there, it's pretty quick. We can a few days we can have your press release written and sent to you for approval and scheduled for launch. But I think for doing an Amazon press release, you should give yourself a week to plan it out. So you know your product, when it's going to be in stock and FBA. work on some topics. So if you want us to write your press releases, we'll say, okay, well, how many press releases are we going to do over what period of time? So let's say it's over 2 months, and we're going to hit it with 8 press releases. Okay, great. We'll probably plan out the first 4 for sure. We'll get some topics from you. We'll have our writers go to work on that. We'll get those queued up and ready. Then we'll coordinate it with your launch campaign. So we'll determine what number of units you need to move for those keywords. So we're in the right ballpark, and it's easy to adjust. So let's say we launch a product for you, Augustus, and 5 days in, it's not having the effects we want. Well, it's easy for us to adjust, just like with any launch. I mean, it's a no-brainer. But I'd say give it a week. If you're ready to do it and you've got that high quality external traffic, and again, that is a key component. If you just do press releases on their own, you're not going to move the needle a lot on those seed keywords. You might get some of your long tails to move, but that's not the point of what we're trying to do here. We're trying to kick butt here. We want your long tails pinned up, and we want to move your seed keyword up because that's where the real money is. It's so important to tie it in with that external traffic. Maybe you're a messenger bot hero and you're just awesome at it, and you can drive 50 sales a day for a week, full price, and you're going to rebate them later. However you got it set up, wonderful. Let's do it with that. No problem. As long as it's high quality, keyword driven traffic at the same time, focusing on the same keywords, you're golden. And that's why we love the rebates so much, because it's easy for anybody to do. You can turn on, you can do it tomorrow. You don't have to set up your bots, you don't set up Facebook ads. And if you're not an expert at those other advertising venues, then you can just boom, turn it on and have a great effect.
Perfect. So people can go to your website, PRReach.com, right? And there they will find some different packages offered for Amazon sellers. Do you want to talk about this, about your offering, or people will find everything online?
Yeah, well, I mean, I won't get into the basics, but we've got different levels of packages from the bare minimum to a more advanced. And the more advanced obviously have a bit more press releases, and they have a bit more video press releases mixed in. The other thing it does is it also starts to tie in content, because when you start tying in really good high quality content, you start doing like 1,500 word articles that tie into your press releases. That's magic. That really pushes your blog up. Google loves it. Amazon is just loving all these external backlinks coming in. It's just fantastic. So that's the difference. So we do have these Amazon launch and rank packages. Plus we just have normal packages that any business could do. You don't have to be an Amazon. So like I said, it works well for more of a traditional business, brick and mortar business as well.
And you mentioned video press releases. Who makes the video?
Yeah, we do. So we have a studio, and we have several professional anchors, and that's what we do. Here's the interesting thing about video press releases, and I haven't talked much about it, which is surprising because that's usually what I talk about, because that's what we specialize in. But there's a difference between a video press release and a regular press release. You get a standard written press release. Here it is. Boom. Here's your press release. Boom. Goes out to distribution. Great. A video press release, well, you also get the standard written press release, plus you get the video press release. So it's kind of like you're getting 2 press releases in one. Now, this is a professionally produced video that we shoot in our studio. It goes out for distribution with your standard press release. Now, the script is a little bit different, because sometimes if an anchor just reads your script, it doesn't come off very good. So we'll edit it a little bit so it sounds a bit better for someone speaking. But basically, most of your traditional news channels where you're going to be published on won't publish a video press release. Some of them do. So it goes out for publication. It'll get posted on the places that do offer video. But here's the great thing with the video. The video is something that we give you. So here you go. For the price of your press release, you've also gotten a video press release, which you can now use, which establishes your authority. So most people like to build some marketing around it, which, if we have some time, I'll talk about that a little bit more. But you got this video now, which you can put in your social media. You can share it. You can have bloggers talk about it and point to it. You can put it on YouTube. It's basically a third person validating your business. So it's not you coming up and saying, hey, I make the best computer mouses in the world. It's professional anchors saying, hey, Shane makes the best computer mouses in the world, and here's why, and here's a press release. So it gives you some authority and some weight. And that leads me to the other thing is that, most people, when they think about a press release, they do one. Now, okay, what's one press release going to do for you? Is it going to help a little bit? Well, sure, it's not bad. You can add it to your media room, your blog, you can talk about it. Okay, great. But it's like posting one blog on your website and going, content marketing doesn't work. I posted a blog article and I didn't blow up overnight. Well, of course not. You've got to do this consistently. It's the same with press releases. You consistently do them, and you just build thousands and thousands of these super high quality backlinks. And press releases will sometimes stick around for a year or two. It's not like, you post it, it's gone here today, gone tomorrow. It sticks around for a while, depending on the press release. So what we do is we publish our press releases, we share them on social media, we do content at the same time, pointing to the blogs. The blogs are pointing here, and sometimes the blog will then point to your Amazon page. And the blog has authority because it's got these press releases pointing. We mix it up all the time. We create this really strong network of all these high authority links. And that's what gets you up in the Google rankings, gets you up in the Amazon rankings, gives you authority. And just over time, we continue to use those things as part of our marketing efforts. So we'll be in contact with 4 or 5 bloggers we use. We'll have them talk about it. They'll point to the press release. They'll point to the video press release. They'll point to our YouTube. They'll point to our Amazon. And we just keep that going. As I said, if you publish a newsletter, for example, you can, put hey, we're in the news and talk about that, especially if your newsletter is on a trending or a relevant topic. There's so many things you can do with press releases that nobody does. Most people just publish it and that's it, and they forget about it. Or whether they're publishing 1, 5, 6, 10, they just publish it and forget about it. Oh man, there's so much you can do to squeeze juice out of those press releases, and that's sort of what we do.
Cool. Sounds good. Sounds very interesting. I hope many Amazon sellers will be encouraged and motivated now or inspired to test press releases. And if they want, they can be done by the professional team by PRReach, right? Can you tell us again the best way to find more information, and can people contact you directly?
Sure. Yeah. No, just, check out PRReach.com. You can contact us, or you can just email me directly, Shane@PRReach.com. That's cool too. And one of the things we're actually going to do for Amazon sellers, Augustus, is, we have our Amazon packages up there for launching and ranking, but we have got some feedback where even though we had, information about how to do it, they were still a little bit confused. So we're probably going to have some add-on services where we'll walk you through it, or hold hands or do it with you. So we'll probably be adding those within the next 1, 2, or 3 weeks, because I want to make sure that if you as an Amazon seller come to us and say, okay, I'm going to give this a try, I'm going to launch my next product, I'm going to use press releases, I want to make sure that you do it properly so it works for you. I want you to have success at this, because if you don't do it right, you won't get the results. Like, oh, I don't know, what did I do wrong? Or, does this really work? No, if you do it right, it'll work. So contact me. If we don't have those add-on packages added to the site when you go there, no problem. Let me know, and we'll find someone on the team to work with you a little bit to make sure you got the keywords dialed in, to make sure you're coordinating it properly with your other external traffic, and to make sure you've got your PRs created correctly. If we're doing it for you, then you got no worries, but a lot of people want to write their own, and that's fine too. But we'll give you a little bit of feedback on your title and the entire structure to help you make that press release as effective as it possibly can be.
Perfect. Thank you very much, and good luck in your business. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Augustus.
I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you would like to get notifications about new videos uploaded to Orange Klik channel, where we talk to different Amazon seller service providers as well as creators of different softwares, and also with the event organizers who create conferences and meetups for Amazon sellers worldwide, make sure you subscribe below to the YouTube channel and also click the notification bell, and you will get new videos directly to your inbox. Bye-bye.